Okay, so today's crack theory, what even is the angel's heaven? And because like it's a possessive apostrophe, see, right there, it is a possessive apostrophe. So let's get started. Let me preface this. Whatever I say is right. I'm not professional. I'm very good at taking notes. I have not seen any other theories, and it's like 5 a.m. These are all my random thoughts right now. This would have gone sooner, but Toby did the echo flower thing. This is mine. I know it's not that good. How do people on fucking Twitter make such good ones with such a limited tool? Like, holy shit. Not the point. So, last video, if you guys watched that, but if you didn't, that's fine. When it comes to the prophecy, you know, a human, a monster, and a prince from the dark, it's vague but specific that the heroes must meet the listed criteria. So yeah, it's vague and specific. They still gotta be a human, it still has to be a monster, and it still has to be a prince from the dark. So then, by that same logic, it has to apply to the angel. Any of them technically, from the player to fucking anything that's angel representative, like all that, you know, angel's vessel and all that. So the angel's heaven. So what even is it? Heaven is another name for paradise. Sometimes it means paradise. This is a valid reinterpretation due to the prophecy's rules. The prophecy's rules itself, from what we know. So, that being said, the next part of Deltarune has one ending and one ending quotation marks, right? Like it says on the Steam page, and when it was first introduced and all that. So my interpretation is that there is more than like one ending that meets the prophecy's criteria, in which it's the quote-unquote same ending, while also not being the same ending. So kind of like Mass Effect, but like not as terrible as how 3 ended. But like Toby being meta about being meta is so meta. Like, it's metaception. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? So, that being said, the heaven depends on who the vessel is, right? The angel's vessel, because that can be their paradise in a way. So, the paradise in the game world itself, if it was the Sakuna Noel, the angel's heaven would be the game world itself, the Deltarune, the game itself, because to you, the player in that route, the world is your playground, it's your paradise, it's your heaven. So in that route, the world is destroyed. It kind of fits how Undertale ends, with the world being destroyed as well. But in this case, it's just to get the hell rid of you by them banishing themselves, which poetically makes sense in a way. But then that brings up the regular route. How does that end? Because this paradise you built, it ends it with it being banished, right? Because your castle town is your own paradise. Does it end with your castle town, all your recruits fucking being banished? Like, are you gonna lose your feet? No more picks? So, is there like no good ending? Do we just end up like with like a Pokemon fan after I rip out their organs? Well, oh god, I should not be drinking this fucking. Oh god. So, what's the best possible ending for Deltarune? I believe it's banishing the Deltarune itself. In Undertale, it is a prophecy as well. You can interpret this in a way as to being heaven. That'll kind of make sense in a second, because if you actually no, it doesn't make sense, because like if you think about it, what the fuck is Gaster mean by my Deltarune at the end of chapter 4, right? Because this entire fucking science experiment makes no sense, because if we're the angel and we're supposed to be banished by the end of the game, like how the game interprets it, or how we believed how it was like that, ooh, we're the angel, we're gonna get banished or whatever, right? So that doesn't make sense, because Gaster's throwing us in here just to get us back. That makes no fucking sense. That makes no sense. Why is he throwing us here just to get us back? No, the Deltarune has to be something else. That's why I think that the Deltarune itself, we're banishing that for Gaster, and that's going to be the quote-unquote real ending. The actual ending, where the angel's heaven, the prophecy itself, there's going to be some weird nuanced shit that's going to happen that we're going to have to figure out as players. Like how we figure out the deep lab and all that. But it's going to be more complicated, in which the prophecy itself, we have to banish it. Because the prophecy itself, you could argue, is heaven. That'll make more sense in my next theory. I don't know. I'll make another theory or something, or just debate me in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong or absolutely correct.